Hi, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Louise. I am Louise, your Independent Pampered Chef consultant. On today's episode, I'm going to share with you a super easy and delicious potatoes au gratin that I will be making in my Deluxe Air Fryer. So what's the difference between a scalloped potato and an au gratin potato? A scalloped potato is made with a roux, so you're using flour, milk, and butter. And an au gratin potato is made with cream, butter, and cheese. Cheesy goodness, right? You can't go wrong. So let's go ahead and start with the cream. I am doing a half recipe, so I'll post the full recipe down below in the descriptions. I am just making a smaller version of this so that I can make it in my 1-quart enameled cast iron and do it in the air fryer for a quick and easy side dish. So I'm going to measure out 3/4 of a cup of full fat cream. And then I'm going to add to that 1 tablespoon of butter, unsalted butter. I didn't have real butter, so don't laugh. I'm using vegan butter. It's what I happen to have. So we'll add that. And then I need 1 clove of garlic that I'm going to press with my garlic press. I'm actually going to use 2 cloves of garlic because these are smaller cloves and, you know, we like garlic. So I'm going to add the garlic to this. There you go, the last one. There you go. So those were teeny tiny little cloves of garlic, not much to them at all. All right, next I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. And then just set this aside and start slicing up my potatoes. So I'm just gonna whisk all this together. There we go, and just set it aside. Now, for the potatoes, you're going to want to use a starchy potato. So I am just using a basic russet, and I'm just going to peel them right here into my little, what I call a GB. Or actually, Rachel Ray calls it a GB. Can't take the credit for that, a garbage bowl. So I'm just gonna quickly slice through these or peel these potatoes.
A few moments later.
Now that I have the potatoes all peeled and rinsed off, it's time to slice them. Yes, you can cut them by hand with your knife, but I'm gonna use our rapid prep mandolin to make this quicker. So I do have a tutorial on our rapid prep mandolin, so I will post that down in the description. But this is super easy to use. Just check this out. I'm gonna have it on the slicing setting, and I'm gonna put these on a number 4. So we have 1 is the thinnest, up to 8 as a thicker slice. So I'm thinking a number 4 should be perfect. And this has little suction feet, section it on there. This is the basket that it's going to land in. This I'm going to slide down. This I'm gonna go, the plunger I'm just gonna unlock. And then this just fits right in here like that. This is the chute that I'm gonna put the potatoes in. And I'm gonna do 1 just to see if I like that thickness before I slice them all up. So, whoops, let me get started this way. So look, I think that thickness should be perfect. So that was a number 4. So let me get this going. It should take no time at all to cut all these potatoes.
A few moments later.
Last potato. All right, so now that the potatoes are all nice and evenly sliced, isn't that perfect? The recipe says to go ahead and layer them in your casserole dish, but I am going to par cook them for just a little bit. So on my stove, I do have a pot of boiling water, and I'm just gonna throw them in there, right there. I'm just gonna throw them in there and par cook them for just a little bit. That way I can cook it in my air fryer super fast. Otherwise, in the oven, it would cook in the oven for 1 hour and 15 minutes. I don't want to cook it that long. So we'll throw this in here. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And of course, anytime I'm boiling pasta or rice or potatoes, I am using my boil over no more lid. So I'm just gonna place that right on the top. Just in case some of you are not familiar with our boil over no more lid, I just wanted to show you the potato water is boiling away, yet it's not boiling over onto my stove. So my potatoes are just slightly cooked just for a few minutes, just so that they're just a little bit tender. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and add some thyme to my cream. So I have some fresh thyme, and I'm just gonna add a few thyme leaves to my cream. I just run my fingers down the opposite direction, and it'll just take the little leaves right off. So here's my thyme. Watch, just go like this. There you go. So a little bit of thyme always makes things taste good, especially potatoes with cream, butter. Oh, the cheese. So you can use Gruyere cheese or mozzarella cheese. I decided to use Gruyere, so I have it already grated. And the full recipe called for 2.5 cups. I'm just guesstimating because with cheese, you can never have too much. Am I right? Cheese is a good thing. So I'm just gonna layer the cheese to whatever I think looks appropriate. Okay, one more thing of thyme. Time keeps on ticking, ticking, ticking into the future. All right, there we go. So now all I'm going to do is on the bottom of my little enamel cast iron baker, I'm just gonna layer these potatoes on top of each other. Well, and like a flat layer on the bottom. Here we go. All right. And then I'm going to pour about 1/3 of my cream mixture on top of that. Okay. There we go. Some cream. There we go. And layer with some of the shredded Gruyere cheese. Or grated. There you go. And then repeat with more potatoes. This sounds delicious, doesn't it? Can't go wrong with cheesy potatoes. Now, what am I gonna serve this with tonight? I am going to grill up some pork chops for my husband and my son. So that won't take long either. So this is really a quick and easy weeknight meal because these are gonna cook in the air fryer for about 25 minutes while I cook up the pork chops. Make sure I get all that cream out of there, right? Yum, yum, yum. All right, and then I'm gonna top with, I'm gonna do one more layer of cheese. You could certainly pick whatever cheese you like. Mozzarella is good because mozzarella just melts so good. And then I'm gonna top it with the last few potatoes, and I'm gonna save some cheese to go on at the end. So I'm going to cover this with some aluminum foil, pop it in my air fryer on 350 for about 25 minutes, and then I will remove the tin foil, add some more cheese, and let that cook until the cheese gets toasty golden brown on the top. So I got my tin foil. I'm just gonna cover my little baker, And I'm headed over to my air fryer. Can you see it over there? Not a very good angle, but it's right here, I promise. And I have the rack set in the center. This little 1-quart enamel baker fits perfectly in there. I'm gonna put it on the bake setting, which is 350, and move the timer to 25 minutes. And there we go. So my potatoes au gratin have been cooking in the air fryer for almost 25 minutes. I'm just waiting for it to beep, and then I'm going to remove the tin foil. I'm going to top it with the rest of, it's beeping. I'm gonna top it with the rest of the Gruyere cheese, a little salt and pepper, and then cook it uncovered just so that the cheese on the top gets nice and golden brown. So obviously the tin foil and the rack are going to be super hot. Let me remove the tin foil. Ooh, smells delicious. Have it caught under there. There we go. All right, let me add that back to the middle rack. There we go. All right, so some cheese on the top. There we go. And let me take this off of here. A little salt and pepper. There we go. There's the pepper, a wee little bit of salt. I'm gonna put a little bit more cheese on the edge here, around the whole thing. There you go, perfect. All right. There we go, and I'm just going to bake probably for 5 minutes. Just look at this potato cheesy goodness. They're still actually bubbling, if you can see that. They smell absolutely divine. You can't go wrong with cream, butter, and cheese and potatoes, right? This recipe is going to be perfect with the pork chops tonight. Thanks for watching, you guys. You know the routine. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, ring the bell. You know the drill. Happy cooking!